Hey traders, in just a second or two, we're going to take a look at some charts pre-market here for our members pre-market video blog. I just want to remind you, if you like this video or if you like the videos we do, please go down there and click that thumbs up button so that we know. You know, if you want to see us change things up a little bit, just leave us a comment, and I do read those comments. And if you want to see any changes or anything, like I say, leave me a note. If you like what you see, though, remember, thumbs up, okay? Thank you so much. Let's get ready. Hey, good morning, everybody. Rick here. Hey, JW, Dave, Tom, Julie, Muthu, JB, Emma, Joe, John. Thanks for being here, everybody. I really appreciate it. Welcome to Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. It is 8:50 in the morning Eastern time. About, 30-40 minutes before the market opens. Let's take a look at a few things, see what we can find. I've got a big list. I might try to rattle them off, but I can't go over every one of them for possible trade. We can talk about them after the market opens up. Just don't have near enough time. First of all, let's take a look at the market. For those that are familiar with the pop out of the box, the market is getting close to that pop out of the box setup. And what that is, let me get my tools. I guess I should have had those out already. Pop out of the box is when we've got multiple candles. We usually look at 4 candles that are tight, real tight together. And these are setting up that way. And what we want to do here is have a rally. You've got your box setting up. And then what we're looking for, or you're hoping on, if you are buying inside that box, what you're looking for is that pop. Some traders are going to wait for that pop before they start trading. And they're looking for that next leg moving up here. So we're getting close to setting up on that. I think we're still a little far away from the T-line for that to happen. I mean, there could be a news flash that something is positive that could pop us up. But I think we're a little bit too far. So I'm expecting a little more dancing sideways, maybe even a little to the downside. The purpose of this red line at 449.55 is if we get below that line, there is a chance that I put on a short trade, a put on the SPY, simply looking for a pullback, not some great big crash or anything, just simply a pullback to trend. And that's about what I'm looking for on the trend. Outside of that, the SPY completely is controlled by the bulls. The market is still controlled by the bulls. If we take a look at the diamonds, let's get rid of that. There we go. The diamonds, outside of some movement, up and down movement, you can clearly see that the trend is up. IWM, same thing. The trend is clearly up. This is the 500 period moving average right here. And you can see that the Qs are putting in that little pop out of the box here as well. Now there's another chart pattern that's being formed here that I would be, I'd regret not talking about. So let's talk about that just a little bit. And that is, if we take this candle right here, and if we just look at those lows, and then we take this candle and take a look at those highs, that's a megaphone candle pattern. We want to be a little bit careful. Megaphone candle pattern tends to be a little on the bearish side. As long as we stay in here, we're just going to get chop trading. You can still make money. You just have to time things correctly. However, if we start to break down, that could spell some trouble. So let's be a little careful. Keep your eyes on this. If we start to move down too much, that could be a problem. Outside of that, overall, right now, as we see it, on July 18, 2023, before the market opens, bulls still control this chart right here. T2123, 15-minute, we cracked our trend line yesterday at the close. Now, I don't particularly like that at all if I want to be a bull, But what this means is when we're underneath the trend indicator, when the dots turn red, which there's a red dot there, and over here on the hourly, and we're still green, that just signals chop is what that does. And if you find yourself, you have trouble trading in chop, well, don't trade. Pretty simple. Don't lose your money. Wait till we have a nice trend. All right, let's look at some charts. And again, I'm just going to kind of pop through some of them. And I may jump around at the scanner if the scanner is showing me anything that I like. We may do that. Take a look at rig here. Rig is setting up with a nice J-hook continuation pattern. So far, pre-market, it's looking pretty good. UPS is another one. Now, these are all that's either on or going on the watch list. I just like the way they look overall. Very nice rounded bottom. Here's a nice J-hook continuation pattern on UPS. RCL. Now, we currently have puts on RCL. It's still looking pretty good. We've got this top up here, nice little run to the downside. And here's that pop out of the box, but it's a bearish form of it. We still need another candle to make it, one of our official pop out of the boxes. Nevertheless, it's doing just what a pop out of the box is doing. This starts cracking about 96.70. Well, I'm looking for about 89.10 as a target. So that'll work out pretty well if that starts to fall apart. Another one that we're in, I might as well mention it here, is Apple. Apple's doing pretty good. We're green on Apple. What I want is Apple to break out. Anything below 191.70. I might not be able to stay in Apple. May have to get out of that. But anything up here above that, I'll stay with it. Gold, GLD. Take a look at that. The gold ETF. Nice downtrend. And when I say a nice downtrend, the reason I'm doing that is because we've had a terrific shift to the upside. So I like to see a nice downtrend and then a shift. And here we've shifted up. The red dots have turned green. We've gapped up. Here's your pullback. For those that have a scanner gap and trap, the alert gap and trap, this just might have been on it yesterday. So gap, pull back to a trap. Here we're moving up today over the 50-period moving average. GLD, maybe some gold charts, just might be the ticket today. DKNG, forming that pop out of the box. Now, this is another one that I think we're maybe just not quite there yet. The T-line needs to catch up a little bit more consolidation, but I think it's one we ought to keep an eye on. Yesterday, I talked about Starbucks. Starbucks may be setting up. We've got a nice morning star here. We've rallied up over a bunch of moving averages in here. And then we've just simply pulled back right here to the trend indicator. We're holding the T-line. Doji yesterday, this morning, we're just opening up with a doji, watching for that follow through, that hint, that clue that the bulls are about to get back in it. And that just might be a trade I take a look at taking. Visa, what can I say? Visa is a great looking chart. It's just a simple chart to trade when it meets your criteria. This thing can sneak up really fast. It can pull back, lay down on you. For a lot of people, Visa is one of those staple charts. And it may be setting up right now for the pop out of the box. One thing I'm a little concerned with is I see a couple of warning signs in here in the candles, which means that we may lay down a little bit longer than you might want. We may even pull back just a little bit, which I happen to think would be very positive. Yeah. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I've still got time here. Let's see what's moved this morning a little bit. Take a look at SCHW. That's popping up on the scanner right now. Man, I'm going to have to flag that. Take a look at that. Look at that beautiful trend right there. So if you're thinking about You know, places that it could have been bought. Look at that rally. Look at that pullback. See that J hook in there? Continuation pattern. As it started moving up right here, that could have been a buy area. See that pop? We pull back right in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. SCHW on that watch list. How about AFL? Nah, we'll pass on that. Let's look at some AIG. AIG, we're getting that sideways move here, looking pretty good. So, what is it? And Angel, can you look at what is it? MAT, Mattel. Your question: can it go up? Mattel, FYI, anything can go up. The worst of charts can go up. Okay. So all I can do is look at this and tell you, hey, look at that trend. The trend is rocking, isn't it? Let's look at the weekly. The weekly chart is trending. Weekly chart, we've got a nice bullish breakout here. You can see we're running into some resistance. Go back over to the daily because that's where I'm going to put an entry if I decide to buy it. And let's do this. Let's back this off. Look at all the possible targets up here. So I don't want to guess on this chart. What I want is I want both buyers to be there. Right now, I don't see them being there. These are just little wimpy candles, wannabes. If I see the buyers start moving up, that's what I would look at. And then if we can break out of about $22, you might have game on for Mattel. But right now, just watch this material. Thanks for asking. All right, what else do we have? Let's see. Let me look at everything really quick. Really quick, did we look at UPS? Take a look at UPS. UPS is nice. You know what? Let's just call it a morning here. I think that's a good idea. We'll call it a morning. Thanks, Bob T. Said that SCHW earnings just came out. You're right, Nancy. What a glorious Tuesday. You're absolutely correct. All right, everybody. Again, this is July 18, 2023, Tuesday. Have a great day trading today, and we'll see you all back here about the bottom of the hour here in about 30 minutes, okay? You guys take care. Thank you.